Hi everyone. So today we will be going to discuss about fundamentals of taxation. So first, what is taxation? So taxation is being considered as the lifeblood of the government, and also taxes are being collected to support the government expenses for public welfare. And taxation must only be used for government operations, and just like what I've said earlier, it is used for the public welfare. So let us proceed to the next part, the purpose of taxation. So taxation raises revenues to support government expenditures. And also another purpose is that they promote general well-being and protection of its citizen. And lastly, taxes also should serve mainly to finance the government. So next part is canons of taxation. So what does canons of taxation means? So this simply means the characteristic or qualities which a good tax system should possess. Number 1, fiscal adequacy. So BIR must be sufficient enough to fund government expenditures. And number 2, administrative feasibility. So we should consider that taxes must be taxpayer friendly. And number 3, theoretical justice. This means that it has ability to pay principal. Next part is the basis of taxation. So number 1, the Constitution, the fundamental law of land. Number 2, statutes, laws passed by the Congress or presidential decrees. Number 3, Bureau of International Revenue rules and regulations. Number 4, judicial decisions on tax cases by the Supreme Court. Number 5, provincial, city, and municipal ordinances. Number 6, observance of international agreements. And lastly, number 7, administrative rulings and opinions. So next, the following are the objects of taxation. So first is the individuals who earn a considerable income. Then next is the tangible and intangible properties. When we say tangible properties, these are physical, and this includes cash, inventory, vehicles, equipment, buildings, and investments. And when we say intangible, these are assets that do not exist in physical form and include things like accounts receivable, prepaid expenses, and patents and goodwill. And lastly, objects of taxation includes transactions like imports and exports. So next is situs of taxation. When we say situs, this means place or location. So situs of taxation means that place where taxes are to be paid. So number 1, income tax, paid in the place where the income is earned or place of residence of the taxpayer. Next is 2, real property tax, paid where the property is situated or being built or fixed. And number 3, personal property tax. Taxes on intangible properties are paid where the property is located. So number 2 and number 3 are the same. And lastly, number 4, business and occupation taxes. So this is being paid in the place where the business or occupation is being located. So next is limitation of taxation. So there are two kinds of limitations. So first we will discuss about inherent limitations. So these are limitations that are not affected by changes in the provisions of the Constitution. So first is the tax revenues must only be used for public purpose. And the next is there should be proper delegation of legislative power. Third is government entities are exempted. Fourth are there are territorial jurisdiction. And lastly, there is an observance of international law. So the second kind of limitations is the constitutional limitations. So these are limitations that are more subject to change when a new constitution is introduced in the country. So first is observance of due process of law. So this is stated in the Article 3, Section 14.1 of the Constitution that says, no person shall be held to answer for a criminal offense without due process of law. Second is equal protection of the law. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. So this is being stated in the Article 3, Section 1. So next is uniformity in equity rule. So the rule of taxation must be uniform and equitable and likewise progressive. So this is being stated in the Article 6, Section 28.1. Number 4. Non-imprisonment for non-payment of poll tax. So no person shall be imprisoned for a debt or non-payment of a poll tax, and this is being stated in the Article 3, Section 20. And lastly, number 5, no appropriation for religious purposes. No public money or property shall be appropriated, applied, paid, or employed directly or indirectly for the use, benefit, or support of any church, denomination, and the like. This is being stated in the Article 6, Section 29.2. But charitable institutions, churches, and personages or convents, mosques, non-profit cemeteries, and all lands, buildings, and improvements actually, directly, and exclusively used for religious, charitable, or educational purposes shall be exempt from taxation, and this is being stated in the Article 6, Section 28.3. Next is the double taxation. So double taxation means that this is a situation in which the same financial assets or earnings are subject to taxation at two different levels. This could be personal or corporate. So the picture below is the example of double taxation. So this explains that the guy in the picture is the owner of the organization and also an employee of that organization. And if he receives dividend from company being a shareholder, she will be paying tax. And also as an employee of that organization, when he receives salary, he will be paying tax also. And the last part of the fundamentals of taxation is the avoiding of taxation. So the following are the other concepts related to taxation in terms of avoidance or non-payment. So number 1 is shifting, passing the tax from one person to another. And next is capitalization, reducing the price of a taxable product. Tax avoidance, reducing the tax of certain items. Tax evasion, use of illegal means in escaping tax due. Tax exemption, right to exclude all or some income from taxation. And that would be all for today, and I hope you understand something from my video. Thank you for watching.